Hello everyone, Dani here. Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Today, I will be sharing with you a couple of booktuber recommendations of channels that I typically gravitate towards when I am looking for a specific kind of book. Now, if you are new to my channel, I hope you stick around, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you see all of the recommendations, book reviews, and odds and ends that I might put out there. If you are coming back to my channel, welcome back. It's so nice to see you. I look forward to all of your comments below. Now, romance novels. That's what I'm looking for. It's February. I tend to feel a little gushy during this time of year, so sometimes I look for a good romance novel. But because I don't read a lot of romance novels, it's either looking through Hoopla and finding a bunch of semi-okay romance novels, or checking out Booktube and going to my favorite romance reading booktubers to find out what they're reading or what their recommendations are. Because if it's a book that I don't read that often, I don't really want to waste a lot of time, because if I read a really bad one, then I just move on and it didn't really, curve my appetite, so to speak. So I have 5 booktubers that I typically gravitate towards when I am looking for romance novels. Now, a few of these I do watch normally as well because they do have other content other than just romance novels, but I know they are heavily in more romance novel genres. These aren't really in any particular order. I just kind of wrote them down and that's what we have. So the first booktuber, and you probably know a few of these, is Sarah from the Bookish Knitter. I will put her link and all of the links to any of the booktubers that I mention here in the description below. But Sarah, I have been watching for a while. She talks a lot about a lot of Harlequin romances, not only backlisted, as she kind of is going through a couple of their backlisted titles, but also new releases. She doesn't only do Harlequin, but if you are one of those people who are kind of going through backlisted books, she's a great channel, a great resource to go to. She also reads contemporary, and she reads really quickly, so she has a lot of titles that she goes through each month. So it's a nice place to go to find different kind of books in the romance genres that might be of interest to you. So she's definitely on the list. The next booktuber who I love, and she was my bump twin. If you don't know what a bump twin is, it's when you're pregnant at the same time. So hence the bump twin. But Melissa from Libraries and Labradors, she has an amazing channel. I love watching her. She is so authentic and genuine, and she reads a lot of historical and retro romance. So if you're looking for really backlisted titles, she is a great resource. She has so many different kinds of books that she finds at thrift stores that have gorgeous covers. And they're just books that you don't see every day. So if you like historical fiction or historical romance and retro romance, it's definitely the place to go. Follow her on Instagram as well, because she usually posts while she's reading, and you get to see a little bit more of the book covers, the inside covers. It's really cool. So definitely follow Melissa. Then we have Chloe over at Always Booked. And Chloe reads a little bit of everything as well, but she does heavily read the romance genre, and I would say more contemporary romance. And I like the way that she describes a lot of the books, because as a mother, she has a lot of insight on when people in the books have similar things happening in their life. And I'm a new mother, but I have also a 16-year-old stepdaughter. So it's nice to kind of see her perspective when it comes to a lot of these love affairs. And I don't mean affair like in a bad way, but it's nice to see how some of the stories can apply to real life as well. So I really like Chloe. She has a great channel. I know she's had a lot of moving and a lot of this and that in the last couple of months and year, but she's always really awesome to watch. So definitely check her out. Now, the next two channels are channels that I don't typically go to as often, but I do like to check them out every once in a while. The first being Becca from Becca and the Books. Now, she doesn't heavily talk about romance. She is more a fantasy reader. So a lot of her channel are all fantasy reads, which fantasy isn't a huge genre that I gravitate towards. However, she does embark on the fantasy romance novels. So if you are interested in more of the fantasy genre and you want to have a romance, she's a really great resource to find those things because she already really sticks to the fantasy genre as a whole. So she's going to have a really great idea of which books are best for someone who is looking for a fantasy read that is also romance. So she's really great. I like her Bookopoly videos. That's where a lot of people are they're picking their TBRs by playing Bookopoly. So she has a whole playlist of that, and that's always fun to watch for me. So, but anywho, yes, Becca from Becca and the Books. Now, the last person on this list, this is not a booktuber anymore. This person used to have a channel and I love and adored them. And for one reason or another, they decided not to do their channel. However, they have continued to make content and provide information on Instagram. So I highly recommend that you jump over to Instagram and start following Bree at unabashedly Bree, or Bree unabashedly. I will leave the link in the description below. I absolutely love her. She is probably my favorite person to go to in all things. She is so genuine, so authentic, and she's just so kind. I mean, she is the kindest person I know, but her Instagram photos of the books she is reading are awesome. They are so cool. She goes to a coffee shop a lot, but like every picture just feels different to me. I don't know. But she reads a lot of contemporary romance. You will often see Bree, Chloe, Sarah, and I think there's one other person that they'll do like Zoom calls together and they'll post that on one of their channels where they're talking about certain romance. I know they did a holiday thing a couple years ago. But Bree is just amazing. I love following her on Instagram. So if you're looking for some daily, romance freshness in your life, definitely check her Instagram account out and follow her because she's just an amazing person. I really do adore her. So yeah, those are the 5 booktubers and 1 Instagrammer that I really recommend you check out if you're looking for romance recommendations. I tend to gravitate towards them when I'm really looking for something that I want to be good and not just, trying to look at titles and be like, I wonder if that one's good. So definitely check them out. Let me know, are there any romance booktubers that you watch that I didn't mention that you think would be great recommendations? Let's help the community out. Put those in the description, put those in the comment section below so others can find them as well. Are you reading anything great this month? I'm no TBRs, so I'm kind of just hanging out there doing what I do best, is just reading what I want. Right now, I don't even know what I'm reading. I'm reading something about Henry VIII's wives. That's what I'm reading. Anywho, until next time, I hope you are reading something great, taking care and staying safe. And as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.